All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome, Amarachi. So good to have you. Our early bird, Amarachi. Feels good to have you. Okay, so fellows, we are going to start. This is our day 6 of the DgiTeachers Fellowship training, and I am so happy that we have already gone far. Yeah, from day 1, and this is already day 6. It's good to be doing this with us, and I am happy and super excited, pumped up, charged to be with you this Friday. I woke up today, and after exercise, I told my wife that today looks like Sunday. Yeah, today looks like Saturday, and I almost like tried to tell myself, is it that schools, why are people still going to schools today? But I'm happy that it's actually Friday, and the popular TGIF, thank God it's Friday. So for us in the fellowship, we all know that it's always a moment where we learn, unlearn, and relearn. So I was just trying to test my microphone. So we are going to start. I'm going to share my slide today. Already we know that we're talking about artificial intelligence. And the topic has been a topical issue, is no longer something that we is no longer a new topic. So we are looking at artificial intelligence for classroom productivity, and artificial intelligence, AI, artificial intelligence, it's already everywhere, and we are aware of the numerous benefits and the numerous importance of this new technology. So we know that in the broadest sense, this refers to computer systems, that's artificial intelligence, that takes usually thoughts that undertake tasks usually thought to require human expertise. So what human should be doing is what artificial intelligence. From the word artificial, of course, we know that aside from artificial, we have natural, from God. Artificial is man-made. So man, in its curiosity, decided to create a system that could imitate the way they go about life, the way they think, the way they speak, the way they write, the way they could detect people's voice, the way they speak, the way they could even detect people's emotion. So that is what informs, or that was the reason that informed um, the the evolution of artificial intelligence. So let's look at facts about artificial intelligence. First, artificial intelligence is about computer systems that imitate, like I had said earlier, what people do is to create a system that imitates human behavior, the way we move, the way we speak. So today you have some jingle, some video production that is made. The audio quality, the voicing is a production of artificial intelligence. They speak like us. Today you have a situation where the way I'm speaking now, there is an AI model that could be trained to mimic my voice, to imitate the way I'm speaking, and that would come out and speak almost like I am saying. So the whole idea is to create a system that imitates human behavior. So that's one fact about artificial intelligence. And the next one is AI is paving the way for personalized stroke adaptive learning. This is one part I love so much. I really, really love this part. And personally, I have explored this part in a way that has actually benefited me so much. How? So for me, if I take a concept, like I was speaking to my son, a 13-year-old boy, a few days ago, I told him, look, do you know that artificial intelligence like the ChatGPT you've been using can actually help you to develop a course outline for you to learn a particular skill. Say for instance, he's into game development and he's passionate about no code tools. And I told him, if you want to take a course, you can just create a particular, um, you can give the model a specific, how do we call it? A specific language or instruction. Yeah, call it instruction, specific instruction that will enable that a model to create something for you, right? It will enable the model to be able to create something for you. And by the time the model creates something for you, you would sit down and begin to enjoy the step by step process. So, wherever you're finding difficulty personally, how does it help me to personalize my learning? So, I see a particular concept, I bring it down. What is kind of difficult for me? What is kind of um, complex for me? What would have taken me time, a lot of time? So I'll just tell the model, I said, okay, can you make this concise? Can you make this brief? Can you make this in a more easier way, a fun and engaging way that will help me deliver this lesson simpler and more easier to my learners? Let's say I'm difficult learners. Let's say I'm having learners that are struggling to learn mathematics, and I want to develop a content or a lesson note on fraction. So what I'm going to do is to say, okay, I am a primary two teacher. I have students who are struggling to understand fraction. Can you develop a fun and game based? You can use game based um, content that will enable me teach mathematics in a way that will be fun, pleasurable, and exciting, engaging, participatory to this difficult set of learners. In that way, you have personalized that learning experience to suit the needs of the kind of learners that you have. I don't know if I'm here alone. I don't know if there's anybody that is joining us right now on our YouTube channel. This session should be an interactive session, and I don't understand why our fellows are not showing up from my feeds here. I understand nobody is in this session, and sincerely, this is quite discouraging in a way that you prepare, you show up, and then the people you are showing up for are not here. So I think in the best interest, because this is not a class or a session that we we are supposed to do it in a replay model. This session from my slide has practical session, and for us who wants to dominate the classrooms, for us who wants to be in charge of technology, It is sad that a model or a fellowship that is entirely free for teachers. I know of fellowships that people go into. I've been part of fellowship. I've been a product of fellowship, and we've had classes for more than 6 months online, and I know the level of attendance we used to have. But it's sad that when we prepare like this shop, we don't have people who are able to also encourage us to do what we are doing. So assignments, we are struggling to give assignments. Headshot, we are struggling to. I still don't understand how you want to stand out as a teacher in the 21st century, and it is so difficult for you to have a headshot. Headshot is something that you could just get anybody close by with a phone to snap you a headshot, and then you send it in, you turn it in. We had documents. We had an appointment letter, offer of appointment that was given to us to sign up for this fellowship. And there was a part of our bargain we were supposed to sign and turn it in. So what we are giving is not free. Sincerely, personally, most of the things I teach, I'm a brand consultant, right? I know that the last person I was able to train personally um, honor branding for global relevance as a teacher. That was a school honor. I know how much it was in six figures. I know how much I charge. Like I charge high. Yes, in all of my trainings, especially one-on-one sessions, I charge very, very high because I'll not keep anything. Like I'll give out. So, but it's sad that when we are doing it here for us young teachers, so for us, I don't think the teaching profession, young people in the teaching profession should be taking opportunities like this for granted. It's sad because everything we are trying to do in this fellowship is to encourage us to see the possibilities away from what the classroom has introduced us into. For instance, relying alone on your salary will never make you become teacher of that teacher who will consistently and passionately um, do whatever he or she loves. If you look at the mission Exceptional Teachers Foundation, you understand that what we are interested is changing the narrative, changing that mindset where teachers used to believe or people believed that teachers' reward is in heaven. For us, we believe that teachers' reward is here on earth, right? So there's no problem whether we are here or not. We'll just keep on doing what we are doing. And so, fact about artificial intelligence: AI is paving the way for personalized and adaptive learning. So, I've talked about personalized learning. What that does is it gives your learners a one-on-one um, a tailored, let me use the word a tailored, a customized, or a bespoke learning experience that is aimed at tackling that particular learner's needs. For instance, if you have a learner that is a visual learner, we have three kinds of learner. We have the kinesthetic learners, the auditory learners, and the visual learners. So if you have this set of people and you have maybe the visual learner struggling in your classroom. So if I'm to write a note of lesson, for instance, for that kind of learner, so I'll say, oh, write a note of lesson on fraction and consider the visual learners in my class who are finding it difficult to understand fraction or understand mathematics. Kindly develop content that is going to address their needs. Oh Lord, you will be amazed by the examples, you'll be amazed by the content. So that content is personalized to meet the needs of that particular learner. In short, this is the most interesting part I have utilized as a teacher, right? The most interesting part I have utilized. And funny enough, so many teachers do not explore or utilize or make good use of this particular part of artificial intelligence. When we know a lot of people are focused on generative AI or using it to generate image, I barely use artificial intelligence to generate image. What I use it in my business, in my consultancy, it helps me so much. I was speaking to Professor Imabong Akpan, the Dean, Faculty of Education. I had a program May. Yeah, no. I think it was May. Yeah, May. Yeah, exactly May. First, I think 2nd of May. So we're launching our program there in the university. So I had a meeting with Professor Imabong Akpan, the Dean, Faculty of Education. So when I was introducing what we intend to offer young teachers in the fellowship, she was captured. She said yes, that she had had an experience where she was given a presentation to come out, and she was so busy that she didn't have time. So it was just a day before the actual day when she was reminded, and she was in her office. She was asking herself, how would she go and research and go about the whole thing? It was ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, that helped her out. She just logged in the topic and then she had an outline. It was able to give her a specific and a tailored access or road network, call it that, to be able to navigate all through the entire process, right? So, and this made the whole thing very easier. It saved time. When we talk about time management and the work we do as teachers, you hear a lot of teachers complain, oh, teaching is very stressful. It's for example, writing note of lesson. I can tell you there are schools today that teachers are not writing note of lesson any longer. How do they do? Because trust me, note of lesson is a repeated task. Every term, we are writing a note of lesson. These are repeated tasks. And what artificial intelligence will do is to ensure that you don't repeat this task again, right? So this is what it does. So as a teacher, you must be equipped with these tools. By the time you are able to harness these tools, you find that teaching that used to be a stressful job or used to be something that is very stressful, you will no longer be talking about it as something that is stressful any longer. So that is something for you to take home, right? Another fact or interesting fact about artificial intelligence is AI is enabling advising systems that enhance the student experience. What does that mean? Artificial intelligence for teachers, you could make use of artificial intelligence as a counselor. Yes, it could be your go-to counselor. It could be your go-to coach. It could be your go-to assistant. For instance, you are having a challenge maybe in your workplace. A student is having a challenge. Let me start from the teacher first. Teacher focus. You're having a challenge in your workplace. For instance, okay, you are having a challenge like a parent came to you and reported that, oh, my child doesn't know how to greet, cannot greet me. Do you know that you can ask simple questions to artificial intelligence and it's going to offer you ways at which you are going to use to handle such a child? Instead of you resorting to punishing, administering corporal punishment, you AI can enable you to advise students, and the student can even resort to it also to be able to advise themselves. Is it information about etiquette? Is it information about any information you want to find out about or you are not so sure of? So it could help you to become that counselor, that coach, that advisor to your student and even to the student himself. So another fact about AI is used for student assessment. Yes. So AI could be used for student assessment. You could use it to assess your student. You could use it to prepare the assessment for them. So instead of you going to sit down to evaluate, look at ways to evaluate them. I recall recently when I was working on a project and I was just experimenting it, and I told them you don't have to form exam questions. Already we have the notes already on our laptop. So what I just did was copied it and then gave the machine language, gave the AI some command, some instruction, right? The moment I gave it, so I said, set question, exam questions, include multiple choice questions, the supply type questions, and I gave numbers, and boom, everything came out just at the click of the fingers, right? So it was very easy and it was efficient. I looked at everything so well that I did not have to struggle. Yes, I did not even have to. I did not even have to go think of start thinking of how am I going to how am I going to so how long would I sit down to begin to think of what you are going to do. Okay, somebody's asking a question. Isn't this artificial intelligence app going to reduce the use of creativity as teacher? No, at all. See, what what artificial if you that's why one of the things you should know as a teacher is prompt engineering, the use of words, specific words to be able to get what you really want. It can never reduce creativity. Instead, what artificial intelligence does is to enhance human intelligence. Yes. For instance, let me tell you a clear situation. Okay, children, I wanted to teach kids why children walk or why people walk. So, and I didn't have enough time to prepare so well. So I just asked artificial intelligence. I said, give me ways to teach this topic to primary four and suggest possible ways to make the session engaging and interesting. Boom, something popped up. Role play. I got role play, how to role play. I was the artificial intelligence, ChatGPT just advised me to role play the scenario and act as a fashion person. And just in short, it didn't give me specific area, but it gave me a role play. I picked it, I acted that play, videoed the scene. In short, it's on my timeline. I share it. It's a video that got so much engagement, right? I acted that play, that role with a child, and it came out so well. Sometimes when we use AI for assignment, we get almost the same answer. Everyone is meant to write the same thing. This is one of the problem. No, see, the problem you have is you are relying 100% on artificial intelligence. No, that is where you are going to reduce your creativity. No, you are not supposed to copy and paste. No, AI is giving you a format. It is now on you as a teacher to now modify whatever artificial intelligence is giving you. So when you copy the same thing, maybe an assignment is given, 15 people go and resort to ChatGPT. Immediately you submit it to me personally. If I read one, read two, I will know the people who copied. But I also know the people that actually used it as a framework to be able to develop. The truth is, no idea is original. Everybody is into some innovation of some sort. What is innovation? You look at what one person is doing, look at what the other person. Writing is innovation, right? No writing is truly original, right? So the thing is, you look at what AI has given you. AI will give you a structure. So it's now on you now to paraphrase it, to rewrite it in your own language, to have that human touch in it, right? So it is wrong. Let me repeat it. It is absolutely wrong for you to copy exactly what artificial intelligence has given you and now paste it. It is wrong because artificial intelligence, like Turnitin, even Grammarly, yeah, the pro version would detect when you are using AI written model to, especially when you are copying to paste a particular um, assignment, or maybe for research writing. So if you try that in research, once they put it in, turn it in, you just see all the copy and paste. You just see everything will be exposed. So it is not advisable as a teacher that you copy everything and paste. I'm sure I have made myself cleared there. So never at a point in time should you rely on artificial intelligence will give you that guide, but please make sure that there is always that human intelligence in it. So another fact about AI is advancing the capabilities of learning analytics, how analyses are carried out. AI is advancing the capabilities. Something that will take you 2 months, something that will take you 3 months, at the snap of a finger, artificial intelligence is able to analyze and break down those concepts in a simpler and easier and very efficient way and fast. So one of the things I say is, for us as teachers, because the work we do is complex, you must as a matter of fact understand the use of artificial intelligence. I know how many times I have been able to work on big projects that would have cost me a whole lot, that would have cost me a lot of time, but because of my master artificial intelligence. And interestingly, let me tell you, most of the courses on artificial intelligence are absolutely free. You don't need to pay. I've had a certification from Microsoft, I'm a Microsoft certified educator, right? I've had a certification from Microsoft on artificial intelligence. I've had the other one from OpenAI, basically on artificial, and it was entirely free. I did all of this course early last year, when AI was everywhere, around the corner, topical issue. I said, no, I cannot just allow this slide. I must be on top of the situation. In short, for today's session, I was not supposed to be the one to take on this session. But when I told our resource person, she could not confirm her availability. And I did not want to give excuse, because practical, we are rounding, just like I have said, we are rounding up this fellowship this weekend, sincerely, because the month of August will be too loaded for me. I just want to ensure that we call it a wrap, and then we free you to begin to explore, use whatever information you've gathered. And let me also say one thing. Most times people learn, they absorb a lot of information, and they just allow the information to remain there. It does not make any sense. Any knowledge that is not useful is a useless. Is useless. Let me put it, not a useless. Any knowledge that is not applied, that is not useful, because any applied knowledge is a useful knowledge. But knowledge not applied is useless. So you come in and learn, people come in, teach you, share their content, share their information with you, and you are super excited. At the end of the day, you are not able to apply it. It is absolutely useless. And that's one reason why a lot of people are poor. You see people who have been to universities, they've gotten masters, gotten PhD, they are not able to apply the knowledge they have acquired. And that's how average or average teachers on normal teachers or poor teachers come from, because you are not applying the information that you gather, right? So let's look at the meaning of artificial intelligence. For me, artificial intelligence is human intelligence, man-made intelligence, using computers to do the things that traditionally require human intelligence, what humans should do, and then we are having computer systems do it. That is the simple definition of um, um, artificial intelligence. Now let's quickly look at things do that artificial intelligence is now doing. I'll show you one or two things, practical sessions that will help you as a student. Yes, I very practical. That's why I'm saying that it is quite sad that we don't have a good number of us showing up for this session, because this is one session that is going to help you. This session is going to help you as a student in school. I know of so many times I've been able to I've been able to I'm able to make money from very simple and little information. But because people don't pay attention, because people, the moment, the time you are using, you're wasting to watch video clips, comedy skits. Me, I'm using my own on YouTube to watch tutorials, take courses to be able to empower my mind, right? So basically, there are some things that the human intelligence can do, and at the same time a system, a model has been trained to also carry this out. And what are those things? Number one, artificial intelligence can read. For instance, as simple as your Edge browser, or yes, your Edge browser, I have it. If I open a PDF file in my Edge browser, a PDF file, and maybe I'm so busy with my laptop, I'm busy and I don't want to read, I can just select the write-up and click read aloud. Read aloud. The artificial intelligence is going to read everything. So there's something I do sometimes. I wake up, I'm just like, maybe I'm doing something else. Maybe I'm in the kitchen, I'm just doing something else to engage myself. I sometimes plug my MP3 on my laptop, and then I want to listen to a particular PDF. I have a lot of PDF books on my laptop for teacher, personal development, and all of that. So I'll just plug it and then put it in my Edge browser, and then boom, everything is just is reading for me. So instead of me to read, that guy is doing the work that I am supposed to do, right? So one of the things that artificial intelligence is doing for human, artificial intelligence is doing, which was formerly done, or which is things that the human intelligence can do, is to read for us. Another one is to write, right? to write for us. Let me tell you one thing. Let me show you one thing. Let me show you a particular tool. I am going to drop this down and share a screen with you. Please pay attention. There's something called Google Lens. Almost all of us, we have it in our phones. Even if you don't have it, just go to your Google, type Google Lens. You see, let me share my screen because you're not seeing me. I want to show you one magic. Sometimes I know that very many of us, sometimes in your classes, you just have a situation where maybe you were not in class that day, and then you had your colleague copied that note, right? So your colleague had copied the notes. So now you don't really have the time to go and start writing the notes. So if you don't have, maybe the Android version you have in your phone is not. So you can just go to Google and type. Once you type Google Lens, you see something in the form of a camera like this. You click the Google Lens. Once you click, you allow it for some time. I just clicked it. Please, I want you to watch. As small as it is, I've used it. You see this thing, by the time you use this Google Lens, you can use it to, what this lens does is, this guy here is an artificial camera that by the time you click it, it's actually loading from my laptop. I don't know why. But let me explain the entire process. So you go to it. By the time you click it, maybe I'll just do a video recording of it and then send how you can use it from your phone. I'll just record my phone screen and then send it to you. But let me explain to us. So you got your colleague or your classmate's notes just like this, handwritten, the one that is handwritten, like this note is written. You see that it is written. So you go to your phone and then you go to the camera, like mine. Okay, like mine, if on my phone here, at the bottom left, here is right, you see this sign here. That's the Google Lens sign. In short, when you click it, you find something like this. You find search, you find translate. You can translate whatever write up, be it in English, you translate it to German, be it in German, you translate it to English, right? If maybe it was a mathematics sum, mathematics, maybe statistics, you can snap that thing and immediately the artificial intelligence will help you to solve it. But let's focus on the note I was talking. So you have a note. The moment you snap it, by the time you snap it like this, if you snap it, you can select everything there, copy it, and take it to your Microsoft. Automatically, it is going to transcribe that handwritten note into a typed one, and then you put it. So something that you would have wasted time to write, you now have everything transcribed for you. That is the work of artificial intelligence. It reads, it helps you to write, even helps you to speak, right? So this is why teachers, we really need to master this new technology. You can't afford to say, I was speaking to some group of teachers when I was training them. I told them the worst thing for a teacher to always say is, I don't know. That's the worst thing. When you say, I don't know, you are putting yourself in what we call the fixed mindset. Yes, it's the worst stage for you to be. So the next one is, it reads your emotion. Do you know that artificial intelligence reads your emotion? There are ones that speak. There are ones that hear and understand you. You say something. For instance, I'm sure all of us have our smartphones. Yes, if you go to your Google, for instance, let me speak with this guy. Let me have conversation with my phone now. You are going to hear me as I have conversation with my phone. I will just go to my Google. Um, if you check your Google, you see you see something that looks like a microphone. So I click it there. Now listen to what is going to happen. How are you today? Okay, tell me about the weather condition today.
Tonight's forecast for Uyo is 24 degrees and mostly cloudy.
Did you hear that? The guy is having conversation with me. And these are simple things that are there in our phones that sometimes we don't use it. So it will have conversation with you. You are talking and the guy is responding. These are the things they do. They have debate, they play games with you, they touch, they smell things. Everything that we can do, right? So let's look at how do you stay productive as a teacher with the help or with the use of artificial intelligence. How do you use artificial intelligence to be productive as a teacher, which is actually the main reason for this discourse. Number one, intelligent tutoring systems. Intelligent tutoring systems. Let me give you an expo. There is an AI tool launched by Khan Academy. I'm sure you know what Khan Academy is. By now, I expect us that whenever a mentor shows up like this and is talking about a particular tool, go and explore it. Timothy Icon mentioned Khan Academy in his presentation last weekend. So if you don't know about Khan Academy, it's an application, there is a web version of it. Khan Academy is a site, is an academy that offers free learning for students or learners. Yeah, mathematics, science related, social studies, a whole lot. Coding is there, and there is a section for teachers. Teachers, personally, I've registered with them. I take their courses, so they offer free classes. Trust me, free classes for educators to equip you. So imagine that you are that teacher that is able to navigate yourself around Khan Academy. Just that alone could be it could be your selling point, right? Because these guys have contacted experts to develop content that are very rich, and then they put it there. So if a child signs up, like my son, I signed my son up in Khan Academy, and there, because I signed him up as a student, he has this intelligent mentor or teacher in Khan Academy that any concept that he does not understand, he will just log in to his page and then ask question on that particular topic. The system is going to take him through and more relaxed. See another thing here. The child, because artificial intelligence offers personalized learning, while the school system you might become so bored, yeah, while you might become so bored, or a teacher might be bored, or a teacher might be complaining for want of time, but for tools like the Khan Academy and others, he will never complain. He will never say, I'm tired. Or I've explained these things over and over for you. You don't seem to understand it. He's always there to explain it over and over. In short, at a point, I think I love online learning because one of the things online learning does for me, whatever concept I don't understand, I can play it 10, 15 times. I can watch a particular video 10, 15 times just to make sure I understand properly that concept, right? So that is what it does. It gives you that intelligent tutoring system. That is what artificial intelligence does for you, even as a teacher, right? Another one is AI powered grading. So there are some sites that you can explore, right? Like the grade scope. The grade scope helps teachers to grade the scores of their learners. So something that would take you 5 hours, 2 nights, 3 nights to do, you just have to pull the question and answers, and then you put it into that particular artificial intelligence tool. It's going to help you. E-Rater is there, the Pearson Right to Learn, the Coursera's automated grading system. All of this system is to help you navigate your path and also ensure that you are not stressed up. Another one is personalized learning experience. I think I've talked about this. One of the things this does is, if this laptop was at home, if this my laptop was at home, my son would never allow it rest. Actually, his laptop got spoiled. So this one is, sorry, his laptop charger got spoiled. So if this was home, he wouldn't allow this laptop to even last long. He would be using it. So, what am I saying? He enjoys learning, exploring alone, because at that level, has that pace. A child is learning at his or her own pace, right? Nobody is pressuring that child to learn and write down notes under 45 minutes. So every child has this personalized, a learning experience that is tailored to meet the needs of the learner, right? So the next one is automated administrative tasks. Yes, another important function or benefit of artificial intelligence is, are you that in the office? Artificial intelligence can help you to automate. When we talk about automation, is, for instance, you in some school system. I'm actually recommending a particular system for one of my clients who have recently worked on her brand. She's a head of a particular department in the Nigerian university, so which I am building her personal brand for her. So, and one of the recommendations I gave her immediately, she was given the office of the head of department, because she actually called me. She said, Joseph, what do you think I should do to create impact or make a difference? I said, Doctor, what we're going to do is to ensure that we we create a chatbot system students. Sometimes when they get to non-teaching staff, they get a lot of embarrassment. The questions they ask, sometimes they don't even know who to ask questions. So what we did, or what we are working on, is to create an automated chatbot, so that we now embed it, integrate it in the site for the department, so that whenever students need a particular information on so thing, they don't book that sometimes is not even available. With their phone, wherever they find themselves, they can easily log on to and ask the chatbot question. The question is already automated there, and as simple as ABC. Once they ask the questions, the answers would be given to them. So you can automate your payment system such that you don't stress yourself in giving receipt. Once the person makes payment, there is a system that gives you receipt. You can automate people who have made payments. Once you make your payment, it automatically generates your 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 reg number for you. So it is not human being that will sit down to crack or rack the brain and look for what to do. It helps you to put those your tasks together and make teaching less stressful, right? Another one is enhanced student engagement. Yes, Very, very important. I am a practical because I have a son that is very curious, right? One of the things that artificial intelligence has done for him is the way he uses artificial intelligence. In short, if I put him here in a particular room and most of you'll be amazed, he develops a whole lot of things. Because for me, whatever information like this one I'm sharing now, he already understands what I'm saying now. Because I hold session with him one on one with him. I speak to him and I teach him. So whatever I know, I share it with him so that he doesn't rely on any other person for this information. I am the first person because one of the things that challenged me as a teacher is that I used to see teachers, children, um, sons, daughters of teachers, outstanding teachers who are doing so well, but you look at their children, they turn out to be wayward. And I tell myself, I am building other people's children. Whatever happens, I should also create time for the building of my own children. I should also create time to empower my own children. I should not just be focused on other people's children, right? And I have seen it severally that sometimes the reason why these children become wayward is not because of the school's failure, it is the failure of the home. Because the child's first contact, first place of learning is the home. That's why when the learning from home fails, the child will struggle seriously. The child will it will require a very huge intervention. But when the child has a solid foundation from home, that child is unstoppable, sincerely. So as a teacher, you must take this home that you owe your family a greater responsibility. Whatever you know, whatever you know, don't just, please, don't just feel so engaged. Don't wrap up your day such that you don't have time to share what you know with your family. Be intentional about your family. If there's anything you should do, is intentionality, right? Okay, so let's push. Okay, so it enhanced student engagement. Artificial intelligence actually enhance. Another one is, which I love so much, is time management. I was training. Yes, I got a training. I train teachers in schools. So I was speaking to those teachers. I said, if you know how to prompt well, write note of lesson again. Because teaching already, we have a lot of work piled up for us, marking note of lesson, student notes, teaching them, ensuring that all of them pay attention, all of them are writing, ensuring that a whole lot of work for us. When you finish, you sit down and mark their notes and make corrections where necessary. So we don't even have enough time in the midst of all of this. So this is why, as a teacher, you must be grounded in all this I'm saying. You must be grounded. You must be grounded in artificial intelligence. You must be grounded in prompt engineering. I love prompting so much. I can tell you that sometimes it helps me a whole lot in administration. So I have difficulty. A teacher is not responding, is trying to be recalcitrant. I ask some questions. I tailor it to my specific environment. And trust me, don't be surprised. You always be having a whole lot of answers that will amaze you, right? So let's look at some key tools I use personally. ChatGPT. You see this tool. A lot of people really, really underrate it. I use it a lot. I use it a lot. And in our practice, I am going to share. I don't want to even talk about so many of them. Copilot, I use it so much. I compared it to Gemini. Of all these three tools here, I have the apps, all the apps in my phone. So let's look at the practice. Like I said, today's class will not take time. So let's practice for By now, you should know that my classes, I love practice. Yeah, I love the practical part. So this practical part is going to be very revealing. Amarachi had enjoyed some little part of what I'm going to share today. When I had, in short, she enjoyed it more than any other person here. Amarachi had really enjoyed a greater part of what I'm going to share here. She had enjoyed it. Yeah. So that's the gift of being committed. If you're committed, there's every tendency that you're definitely going to get some favor, right? So let me take us to openai.com, which is actually the parent company of the popular ChatGPT. So let me drop down this part. And this is the first time. Should I be clapping for our fellows? This is the first time we are having 6 people join session. Hallelujah. Okay, Amarachi is asking a question. Should we introduce AI learning to our student? Is it advisable? Yes. Yes, please introduce it. That's the future. There's no way. Amarachi, it is the future, but make sure that when you are introducing it to them, please be very practical. Let them understand the ethical use of artificial intelligence. Do not encourage children to go and copy and paste for you. Like my son, I am telling you, my son would use ChatGPT in a way that even most adults and teachers don't even understand. If he wants to write now, he knows how to use it. For instance, maybe you want to write an essay. You can just put a topic and then say, please, yeah, you can just put a topic and say, don't worry, let me not even talk about it. Let's go to the practical session because I love being practical. So I'm going to share my screen now. I'm going to share my screen now. I love the practical session. All this talking, no, they help. Now the practical session, they really help. That's the cocoa. Yeah. So let's go there to the practical session and see what we are going to explore. Yeah. No. This is not what I want, man. Okay. If you miss any part, please don't miss this part because what you are going to get from this practical session is very raw. I think the person who enjoyed it more was Amarachi because that day I really had the time. In short, I don't think I really have that time today the way I had for Amarachi that day. I had the time for him. Okay, for her, sorry. So you type open ai.com. Like me, I use it all the time. So once I just want to type, you just see the thing pop up. Yeah, open it. Okay. So I'm sure you can see my screen. You go to, yeah, there's a magic I want to show us, which I'm sure most of us have not actually that way. We just use, most of us only use ChatGPT to define this, write this. But I want to show you how you can actually use it to maximize, to get personalized learning, to carry out, um, to evaluate your learners, a whole lot of things. I use it so much. In short, I think I've benefited it more than any other person. Yes, because me, one of the things I do, if a new technology, please pay attention. This is another secret I want to reveal to you. For me, one of the things I do is that if a new technology is out, yeah, okay, where you did? For academic research assistant, is it advisable to use AI to write? And what are the possible AI platforms that can be used in writing academic project? Yes, you can use artificial intelligence to write your project, but please pay attention. Don't do copy and paste. For artificial intelligence in project writing, I don't know. Maybe I'll find time and take you guys on it. I'll find time in my schedule because that's an area, and if I want to take you on it, it's going to be practical so that you don't go and write a project that at the end of the day your supervisor will reject it. Yes, now you use AI to write very, very well, but you need to modify it. Yes, you need to modify it. Nelson Hansen, you need to modify it. This is why this fellowship is very, very important for us. You can use artificial intelligence to write your project, to write your note of lesson, but you need to modify it so that it will reflect the originality of Nelson Hansen. It will reflect the originality of Glory Samuel, Amarachi Arinte, right? Don't copy and paste. Please quote me very well. I never said you should copy and paste. Please, if you copy and paste, it will make you very lazy. Seriously, you will not be able to exploit. So the best way to explore artificial intelligence, my network is quite slow. So the best way to use it, I'm going to use it to write note of lesson right now. If you have any topic, please, if you have any topic or note of lesson topic, drop it on the comments. I'll just copy it from the comments and then you will do the magic. We are here for the practical. I think this is the most important part. In the next couple of minutes, we will take that time to take on the practical part so that you get to know how you can use it. I said I use artificial for my consultancy. I use this so much. You have clients call you and say, "Oh, I need so information. I need this. I need this," and you just have to be specific, sir. Nutrition in animals. Okay, what class? Nutrition in animals. Okay, I think I know how to coin. I'll coin something for Elizabeth. I'm going to coin something. Yeah, you see the magic. Acid base. Amarachi, are you here? You are still typing something. You that we did almost everything. I did almost everything with you. Allow me to focus on other people today. Oh. Don't mind me. Okay. But I'm sure you can handle things on your own. So look at my screen. What was the question there? I saw something on nutrition in animals. What class? Do you have any class in mind? Oh, let me suggest a class and just move on because of time. So I'll start with this is ChatGPT. I am a primary 5 teacher. Writes a lesson note on the topic nutrition in animal. Make it engaging. Consider the visual learners. Please pay attention. Auditory and kinesthetic. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Those are the three kinds of learners you have or learning styles. Kinesthetic learners. So you are asking that your lesson notes should be able to accommodate all kinds of learners. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Please, are you seeing my screen? Let me confirm if you are seeing my screen. Okay. Yeah, you can see. Yeah. So it's writing. Anson, can you see my screen? Our lesson note is already running. So if you check my screen, you see lesson plan, nutrition in animal, class, primary 5, subject, science, topic, nutrition in animals, duration, 60 minutes, lesson objectives. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to, one, define nutrition in animals, two, identify different types of animal diets, herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, understand the importance of nutrition for animals' growth, energy, and health. Four, recognize the different feeding habits of various animals. Materials needed. Listener is suggesting material for you. Pictures of different animals. Videos showing animals eating. Food image for herbivorous and omnivorous animal. Charts, paper, and markers. Animal puppets or stuffed animals. Worksheet for group activity. It has suggested materials you need. So you don't need to go and look for materials again. Lesson outline. This network is fucking bad. So the network is still loading. That's why it has actually stopped there. So as it as it comes up. But what I mean is I'm sure Amarachi can attest to this when I had the one-on-one class with the basics of phonetics. Don't worry, you are going favor frame. You are going to actually do it yourself. Just go in, download, go to your Google Play Store, go and download ChatGPT. Download it, have it in your phone, download Gemini, download Copilot, and just have the app in your phone. It's a whole lot. I think one of the things I'm going to do, I'll drop a document for us on the classroom, Google Classroom, different prompts teachers can use to manage even difficult learners. A whole lot of them. I think network is just quite bad. Don't know. It's not friendly today. My younger brother was yabbing me that the Nigerian network is so poor. So each time he's calling me on on video call, network will be giving issues. So we are in again today for a ride. Just like I said, just like I said, don't be a slave to ChatGPT. Don't be a slave to artificial intelligence. Just understand that it is going to give you a guideline. You sit back, read through it. Already you have a fair knowledge of this. And then what I do is after ChatGPT has written a note of lesson, I'll look at it. Okay, what are those things I need to add? What are those things I need to take out? I'll take out, I'll add my own. Like materials needed. It has given you objective. You don't need any other objective than what this guy has given you. That one is okay. It's statutory, of course. Every teacher, when you're introducing a particular topic, you expect the learners to define it, right? So you expect the learners to define it. So it has already given you objective. It saves you time. So what you are going to do is there are some parts that the guy is not going to add. So it's now on you now to now understand, okay. And another thing I want you to understand about ChatGPT, please learn how to have conversation with ChatGPT. That's the sweetest part. That's one part I love most. Like there are sometimes I ask ChatGPT question and it'll be like, he give me, I said, I'm sure you are not really sure of the question or the answer you are giving me. Can you give me a more detailed or a more comprehensive answer and then give me cite example, relevant examples? That's how to be specific. One of the ways for you to get the best out of ChatGPT is asking specific questions. If you don't ask specific questions, you're not going to, you struggle to get your answers. So make sure that your questions are specific as you can. So network is actually not friendly, and this is not very okay. And I don't know. I don't even know if you are hearing me so well. I don't know if I'm here alone. I have them in my phone. Okay, somebody's saying something. I have them in my phone. I only use them to ask questions and do assignment. I didn't know they can be used for advanced project. Yes, so favorite friend, they can be used for personalized learning. Okay, let me guide you. Let me give you some tips. If you want to, please, if you are using it for assignment, don't copy and paste. If you copy and paste, it will make you to be lazy. This is how to do. For instance, if you are given an assignment, okay, maybe you are given an essay to write an essay on the basics of phonetics, right? Okay, thank you, Favor. If you're given, so network is bad, it's not loading. So I'll just do the topic and explain some basic concepts, right? Don't worry. I can share some videos, I can share some write-ups, some things I have done, some findings I have also made. I'll share it on the Google Classroom so that you can also make use of it. So now, what was I trying to say? Okay, so if you are giving an essay to essay on the topic the basics of phonetics, so you can say, um, I am a student, maybe an undergraduate student. I am an undergraduate student, and our GST 111 course, 111 course, we are given. I'm just assuming. The thing is, listen, when you are prompting, be specific. What ChatGPT wants is specificity. Simple words. I am an undergraduate student in my 200 or 300 level. I am given an assignment on the topic. I'm given an essay on the topic, the basics of phonetics. Please give me a guide. Yes, that's the best way. Don't ask the guide to write everything for you. Please give me a guide on how to write an essay on this topic and suggest an example for me. Oh my God. The guy is going to give you step by step guide, right? It's going to give you step by step guide and then give you an example. So what you're going to do with the guide is you put the guide side by side and put the example side by side and now bring out your topic and then you fix it and modify it. You have your original essay and you score your heights, your good points. And then another thing is this. Let me share something I do. So there is a question, or maybe there is an analysis, or you saw a particular topic somewhere, not even a topic, a write-up somewhere, and you don't understand it. You can copy that write-up and then you take it to your chat GPT. And then you now ask a question. After copy pasting it there, you put it in quotation sign. You say, kindly explain in detail and in a simpler way everything concerned in this statement. Tell me in an easy way so I could understand it. In short, anyhow you want to put it, can you rewrite this? Can you explain? Can you analyze this? Can you break this down in a layman's perspective? That's the part I love most. That's the part I love most about AI. I love that part so much. So if I see any difficult context or any difficult topic somewhere, I'll just copy it, paste it, and then ask it to simplify it for me. The guy will just simplify everything, will analyze everything for me. So I will be able to get what I want. I recall there was an application I apply a lot for international opportunities, grants, and all of that. So I I what I did was I just picked the topic. Okay, what we were applying for. I picked it. I said, okay, can you write? And they were asking, if they are now asking me, what's the specific problem that your solution is solving? I picked their question. I picked my work. I put it together and now ask ChatGPT, what specific question or what specific problem is my solution trying to solve? He gives me, and I look at it, and I now compare what I have. You see that there is a correlation. Very easier way. Let me also give you another way. Okay, so you have this difficult child that cannot read in your class. I wish network is good. I would have shown us something. Network is still hanging. Network is so bad. Okay. So let me explain it. You get what I'm saying. Maybe I will just do one or two recordings for you guys. Record my screen and then you get to see. So you have this child in your class that cannot read, and the child is maybe in primary two, and normally a child in primary two should be able to read. So as a teacher, the parent keeps, disturbing you. My child cannot read. It is easier. That's the work of personalized education, the personalized type of education that artificial intelligence will offer you. So simple. You go into your artificial intelligence, that's your Gemini or Copilot, and say, I am a primary five teacher or primary two teacher. I have a child who finds it difficult to read or identify letters properly. Can you suggest possible ways or best practices to be able to help this child read properly and identify letters? Please go and do it. You see suggestions, you see ideas, you see a lot of information. I use it a lot. Personally, I use it in my personal life. I am troubled, I am having issues. Parenting, I use it even in parenting. Yeah, I use it a whole lot. So it's all round. You can use it for your own good. The benefits are enormous. I wish network would have allowed us to explore. I love this exploration part of it. Exploration part of it. It's always very sweet. Seriously, it's always so sweet, right? It's always so sweet. You would enjoy that part. I'm telling you, you would have enjoyed that part, but it's sad that network is actually not on our side. So, fellows, I don't know if there's any question. Is there anybody who has a question? Please, what I'm going to do is for the practical part, I'm going to share with us some prompts and then share my screen with you so that if you have any issue, you can just go through it and then help yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence can help you to be that productive teacher in and outside the classroom. Mine is not just limited to the classroom, a whole lot of stuff. My consultancy, my business, it helps me so much. So thank you guys for showing up today. Like I said earlier, a quick announcement, please turn in your headshot. Turn in your headshot. This fellowship, by the grace of God, we are going to call it a wrap on Sunday. Sunday, we are having our last lesson. Tomorrow we are having a class, and then Sunday we are calling it a wrap. Yeah, thank you so much for this lesson. It was very insightful. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for showing up. So Sunday we are having our last lesson. Please, on that last lesson will be our graduation ceremony. By tomorrow, before the class tomorrow, please make sure that your headshot is ready so that we can use it um, for our online creative. Thank you very much for showing up. And if you have any question, my inbox is always there. You can drop it in the group as well. I'll be there to answer you. But I know that Amarachi has benefited so much because that day network was so good that we had time all the time to take on the practicals. Thank you guys. And do have a pleasant night rest. Bye.